Hey everybody, it's Coach Joshua here with an episode of ROM Coach 101. I'm joined by Mary. Mary, just give us a brief idea about how you use your body and maybe what we can expect from you today.
Okay. So usually in my day-to-day life, I do sit a lot at a computer and I also sew. And when I sew, I often sit on big exercise balls, so I get a little bit of core work in that. Um, for exercise, I do aerial straps and handstands. Not well, but I that's what I do. So
Yeah, awesome. Good
I'm
stuff.
often
I recently started with a client who's doing silks. Have you ever done silks?
I have, but I'm terrified of heights, so I kind of
Yeah,
stopped
it's
doing so.
all good. Yeah, we need to market like a low level silks apparatus, that you can like attach to a squat rack. Okay, I'm here with Mary. We're gonna go through the ROM Coach app assessment. All of the pertinent links and details about the app are in the video description. Please check it out. And here we go. So Mary, you can just put your phone down. I'll talk you through the assessments. Yeah, you don't need to watch the video.
Cool. And
There
I
you
don't
go. Perfect.
do the thing.
Yeah. So I'm starting the, yeah, you can just have a seat, right? And I'll talk you through it. So you can see on the left, Coach Laura is demonstrating a 5 second sit and reach. And then on the other side of the screen, let's see how Mary does. So definitely getting at those toes. So that's a pass. Technically, it's a yes. But even though Mary has passed the test according to the precision movement standards, we want to know how it feels, right? Where do you feel it when you do that, when you sort of lean into it a little bit?
Totally in my calves.
Yeah, so there's a clue. So maybe Mary has tight calves that she still needs to address, even though she passed the test. So there's something in the app for that. But for that test, it's a yes. All right. And in the next exercise, you'll see Coach Laura doing a lift off push up, which is just a modified push up on the knees. And you see that Coach Laura lifts her hands up and down off of the ground before every repetition. So let's see how well Mary does. So hands up and down and big push up. Yeah, nice. And down you go. And we want to do that 5 times. Here's number 2. Yeah, looks super. Number 3 looks just like Coach Laura. And 4 and 5. So Mary can for sure do the modified push-up on her knees. Mary, could you do a strict push-up? Coach E
Yeah.
is demonstrating a strict push-up on the other side of the screen. Let's see how, yeah, Mary's such a boss. And there we go. And she can do more than one. Yeah, super. And then you can pause. Mary, so good. And tell me, where do you feel that? Or did it feel strong and controlled?
It feels strong and controlled.
Yeah,
Um,
that's great.
but I do want to say, the more I pull my arms in, the harder it is because I feel it more in the triceps.
Yeah, so when you change the hand position and you change the elbow position, then you change it's the same muscle groups, but they activate differently. Okay, so it's always a good idea to mix up your hand positions, closer, wider, one's higher, one's lower, right? Just try and stay out of that shoulder impingement zone and you're good. So yeah, your segmental spine control and your upper body strength is really good. So that's a yes for that test. All right, side bridge left. Okay, for 30 seconds.
You want me to face
Okay,
the mirror?
whatever you need to do. So if you want to check out your alignment while you're doing the exercise, then yeah, face the
Okay.
mirror. And whenever you get up there, I'll start the clock. Yeah. So good. So just relax your top arm on the side of your body, right? Yes. So good. Using the mirror just to assess your your posture, right? Trying to stay nice and long. That's halfway at 15 seconds. Looks just like Coach E on the other side of the screen.
That's because you can't pick up the
Five,
tremble.
four, three, two, one, and rest. I'm sure he's trembling a little bit too, also. This is a challenging exercise for anybody, okay? They
Coach knows.
probably edited out the sweat marks. Okay, edited out the sweat drops. Okay, that's a yes on that side. And now you can do it on your right side.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe we mixed up the arms, but in any event, we're gonna get both sides done. I've started the clock. Up, good foot position and halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. Your side planks are so good. Okay, and the next exercise is the active hurdler. Okay,
Oh,
so I'm going to get you to back up in the middle of the room a little bit more. And yeah, face the camera. If you want to move your mat, go ahead. I want to see your whole body and then facing the camera.
can you see me?
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
All right, so we're seeing what Coach Laura's doing
I can face
on the
on
other side
or I
of the
can go with
stream.
angle.
Yeah, whatever is comfy for you. But in this angle, why don't you start with your right leg?
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so I'm picking it up.
Uh-huh. And then you're flipping it and then
Yeah.
putting it behind you. Yeah, so good. Okay, and do that a couple more times. So there's a little bit of a lean to the opposite side, right? But it's pretty strong. So let's say you pick up the leg and flip it right over back into that groin stretch. Yeah, rather than straighten the knee, right?
Flip it back over into the groin
The
stretch.
starting position, right? So just maneuver your leg and keep your knee bent as you flip it over.
Oh,
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
There we go.
Aha,
That one.
yeah. So that's a pass. For me, it's very strong. But Mary, maybe you can tell us about how your hips feel. How does your right side hip feel? It's doing a lot of work. And then the left side of your pelvis, right?
Yeah, I can totally tell I'm compensating for lack of the range of motion by leaning into the left to get that leg up.
Yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
also really feel the rotation in my hip muscles, mostly in the front and like the TFL area.
Yeah, so even though it's a pass, and based on what Mary mentioned, I'm still gonna recommend the hip rotation routines or exercises that are featured in the app. Okay, let's see how the other leg goes.
Okay.
So we got the left leg,
Oh,
and then she's flipping it over. Much easier, yeah?
feels it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's much stronger. All right, so it's still I'm gonna say yes for left, and I'm gonna say no for right, just to force that recommended routine, and then
Oh,
we can move on to the segmental sit-up.
oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah, no problem for you.
Oh,
Right, so you're just slowly curling up one vertebrae at a time. There we go, a little bit of a leg lift, but you made it through. You made it through, so good. So you want to get better at that? Just practice
definitely.
more.
Right.
Yeah, just practice that move. Your body will adapt, right? But you did get up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little tough for you. So maybe we say this one is a no, okay? And definitely a weak link that I can tell that you want to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, how's your kneeling? Coach Laura is showing us her best seiza sitting, right? Japanese style of sitting back on your heels. Yeah. How's that feel?
Fine.
Yeah, it looks comfy. So that's a yes. Okay, and the six-way neck movement, right? So you can face us, and let's see, you look all the way to the right.
Do you want to turn head or tilt head?
Yeah, turn head, and then turning all the way to the left. Yeah, and then tilting the head, and then the other way, and then looking all the way up and all the way down. Nice. So that looked pretty clean to me. Anything to note?
Not like chronically. I have a little tension in my this side. So when I tilt, I can really feel that. But it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's like
So
only the
then,
last couple days.
yeah, so the neck ISO exercises in the app can help you with that. Okay? So, but it's still a yes for me. All right, deep squat. Let's see your deep squat.
Do you want me face
Okay,
on?
whenever you're ready. Yeah, face on is perfect.
Okay.
So Eric's going down into his deep squat. And remember, you can put your feet wherever you want them. If you want to move them, make them a little wider. If you want to turn your toes out, that's okay, right? Just find your deep squat and yeah, get comfy. Yeah, that looks really good to me. I'm going to start the clock. You've been doing it for about 10 seconds. Let's see if you can do it for about 30 more seconds, okay? And then try and stay a little taller. Sorry, not 30 more, right? You're only doing it for five, four, three, two, one, and done. Up you get. Nice. So, how is that? Is that comfy?
As comfortable as the deep squat can be.
Yeah, super. I love deep squatting. It's super comfy. I do it often. So, yeah, I recommend you just keep practicing that. Never lose that skill.
I
So
can
that's
do
a yes for me. Yeah, excellent. Excellent.
that.
Okay, hands behind the back now. So get your left hand up over your shoulder and then reaching up to try and touch it with your right hand. Yeah, there we go. And you're so close. Keep going a little bit more. Keep going. You're like right there. Oh, are you touching?
Yeah, fingertips.
Yeah, fingertips. So that's a yes for sure. Okay,
Barely.
and then the other ones. Yeah, it's still a pass. And over you go. And you're right there, right? Yeah. So also a yes. But well, wait a minute. Even though there's contact, maybe you want to work on it, right? So I can go back and I can just say that it's a no for the left and then a no for the right, because you know what? You want it to get better,
Right.
right? All right. So the next assessment is the controlled get up. So I'm just gonna ask Mary, okay, to stand up without putting her hands on the floor, and we're gonna see what she comes up with before watching what the other coaches do. So that is cool. That's a cool looking get up, right? So down she goes, kind of like a curtsy lunge, right? And then she side sits, and then she does her segmental sit up. Can you do it with the opposite legs, right? The opposite. Yeah, so there's your other side curtsy and up. Yeah, so she can do that kind of like a split squat curtsy and down she goes. Yeah. So that's pretty much what we are watching Coach Laura do on the other side of the screen. She goes from a full sit to side kneeling. That's kind of the transition that Laura kind of uh Mary kind of skipped over. Yeah, and then she stands up in much the same way, right? The split squat and then up. Yeah, I can see Mary practicing her choreography now. So you should feel like a break dancer. No, I'm not kidding, right?
Not to mention I belly dance.
Yeah, if you do it enough of that, then you should be moving around on the floor. So now Eric is showing off how he can get onto both feet from a full sit and then stand up in a squat. He's not doing a pistol squat. Mary, he's getting both feet on the floor first. So bend your other leg and get, right?
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
that. I need that counterbalance. Oh,
And then bring the feet. There you go. So maybe you work on that one, that pattern. And then he also does a cross-legged version. Can you do that one where you're crossing the legs? Yeah, no problem for you. So, I mean, this is still a yes for me because you did utilize any strategy you want. And of all of the different strategies that you attempted, there was only one that was a challenge. So there's something fun for you to work on.
full squats.
All right. So this is not Mary's movement age. This is my movement age because my birthday is entered into the app. We're not telling you how old Mary is, okay? But you can see that assessment has been recorded, and then I can scroll through the results. So really solid assessment from Mary. Most of them are technical passes. I would say all of them are, but she wants to work on her hip mobility, mostly her right side. The segmental sit up, right, is tough for her. And then the shoulder mobility. So what is the app going to tell us to do, right? I tap on lower my movement age, and then I'm in the recommended section. So I see hip rotation one is the first routine, and then segmental spine one, and finally total shoulder mobility one. So real quick for anyone who hasn't seen inside the app this far, I can visit the app, the routine in the routines library. Eric gives us a really cool overview of the routine and what it's all about. And I can tap on programming to see the different exercises and the instructions. And then I can tap on the exercise to see it this way. So that's one way to follow the routine in the app. The other thing I can do is I can schedule it by tapping on the plus sign, picking a start date, picking my training days. I don't need reminders. And boom, it appears in my calendar. And then I can actually play it. We got to follow along. Okay, so I tap on go, and now the app will guide me through the exercises. And I've got a handy timer that I can stop and start at any time. And you just tap on the X or the check mark to progress through the exercises. If you only want to do a couple, you can quit it at any time. It will still stay in your calendar. Okay. Mary's pretty proficient in the app. She was telling me before she figured out how to make a custom routine. Do you want to guide me through that process, Mary? You feel confident doing that with a couple of exercises?
I could probably do that. Yeah, we'll see.
All
Because if
right.
I mess up, you'll let me know.
Okay, so where do I gotta go
So
first?
library,
Yep.
and then I picked a single exercise,
Yeah, that's where we go for the choices.
and then you can
Okay.
search
Yeah,
by
or I'm
something.
yep. Uh-huh, yeah. So I can search for certain any certain exercise, let's say ankle. Let's say I want to work on my ankle
There we go.
mobility. Okay, then we have all of the different ankle exercises, right? Or I can use the type or the area filters. Okay. And then what do I do when I have the video, the exercise that I want to add?
So you click the plus,
Mm-hmm.
and then it says create a new routine, and you can either add it to an existing routine that you have already created, or you can create a new one and label it whatever you want to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just add it to test because
Cool.
I'm lazy, and then I hit save. Okay, now what? Where's my routine, Mary?
So it would be back in the library under routines.
Nice. And how do I find it here?
You can search for test,
Aha. So
unless of
good.
course you favorited it by clicking the
Aha,
little
and then I could see it in my favorites had I done that. That's great. All right, there's that routine with the exercise, other exercises that I've added, and you can schedule it in the same way as I showed. That's great. All right. So, um, gonna flash the recommended routines up from Mary again if in case she wants to make note. Any questions about using the app that you wanna get to that you haven't already asked?
Um, no, I mean I don't think I have any, but if you go back into the scheduled ones where it shows the calendar, if for some
Yeah.
reason you get sick and you need to reschedule a
Mhm.
workout,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
next
so good. Yeah, so say today, I was like, oh, I was gonna start today, but I'm sick. So I tap on the gear icon and then I'm gonna change that one. I'm gonna tap on it and I see I got rid of it, right?
cool.
And then say I feel like, oh, I'm not gonna be sick tomorrow, right? And then because I like to give myself a day of rest, maybe I rescheduled my whole week. Okay? So
Cool.
there you go. And then I save it. I still don't want reminders. And then boom, you see that the schedule has changed. Such a good question, Mary. Okay, so that was a super session. Thank you, Mary, for joining me. And anybody has any questions or requests for content, just leave it in a comment below. Okay, have a super day, everybody.